anyways, moving on. My face starts squeezing. Let's move on. I saw another training video which I want us to react to before we go into another one. This one is Lagos State government actually destroys a shrine built close to the highway. In fact, when I saw this, they're like, okay, is that the next thing now? But obviously they have their reasons. I'm just going to read the story behind that. The officials of the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corp demolished a shrine constructed close to the highway at Moshalashi bus stop in Ilekwe, Yanopaja. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, who disclosed this, said the decision to destroy the shrine was reached after several stop work notice served and physical assault on the personnel of the Lagos State Park and Gardens Agency. Of course, I'm quoting what they said. The Lagos State government is again warning everyone to desist from constituting any form of environmental nuisance on the state parks and gardens, as these will be met with prosecution. So please, whatever you are doing, make sure that you don't break. There's one, in fact, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to, but there's one at the Keja, I don't know, Ikodo, what they call that. There's a shrine there, and it's taking a huge chunk of the road from passerby. So you can say, I don't know if we have an up sound to this, but let's watch the video. If it has an up sound, let's have the video and see exactly what they were saying. And it's just so funny because they were not even wearing any gears, which is very dangerous. But let's see the video. I'll be right back. We can see they were really destroying. The uniform is still on. No gas, nothing. I'm not even worried about the shrine. I'm worried about the person destroying the shrine. Do you understand? But what's your reaction to the video?
Talking about Commissioner for the Ministry of Environment in Lagos State is my good brother and friend, and he's a no-nonsense person. For those of us that have known him for like 4 or 5 years. And I know that he has political ambition, and having contested previously, the opportunity he has right now is using it to send a very strong signal to everyone that cares to listen that if I have the opportunity to be at the helm of affairs, I'm not going to do. And you can see the way he is very quick to solve problems. Once you tag him, you tweet at him, or for some of us that have the opportunity to reach out to him personally, you find out that things are solved. So I commend him for that, and I've reached out to him privately, and I just feel that some of these officers, most of them, like he explained, once they give directives, they get deployed, and they send him videos of what they have done. Sometimes he only goes back probably at night to check what has been achieved so far. But they need to work on safety tools. They were more conscious of being assaulted by guys, because I think that's what has happened twice. Like you said, it has happened like twice.
Yes.
And
when they assaulted
the officers that they sent there, and they were not too safety conscious, but he has taken that. And I really need to encourage him. I'm more impressed with what they're doing about flooding, about debris kept everywhere, litter. There was this video someone posted that somebody tagged him, and it was raining, and people from a certain compound were emptying things into the rain. And within 30 minutes, the officers got to that house, locked up that house, arrested everybody that was shown on the video. About 30 minutes, it was still raining. Wow! It was still raining. That shows you how proactive Tokumbo Wahab is. And I expect more. Lagos needs more of these. But he should now take more safety issues of the officers. Because almost every time when their videos come up, one thing that keeps recurring is lack of understanding of safety issues, and so that if anything happens, we will be talking about insurance.
Insurance,
They have actually taken their own
prevention.
Yeah. So, but I really need to commend him for
that's a good one. Like I said, I don't know. Nobody should come for me. There's one in Ikeja at Ikbodo. So
I'll talk to him.
Okay, because I think that one is taking a huge chunk on the road, and because of that, you find out there's always traffic in that lane because going and coming is not easy. You have to wait for people going, then the people going will wait, then the ones coming, all that in a very small road is not nice. Okay, let me read some reactions. We have some reactions which I was able to get. I just want to say, Okay, someone says, I think both of them, this is a reaction to the man arrested, Keke man arrested. I think both of them are holding each other and he received slap from the other officer also. Also, one of the policemen punched another guy trying to separate them. All this is all about money. Okay, and it says he was arrested because the other man was on uniform. Uniform men, they overdo things most times. All right, let me read another one. So someone or a group of people decided to build. Okay, this is for the shrine. So someone or a group of people decided to build a shrine there. Waiting do inside their house. Okay, so they should have built the shrine in their homes. Okay, this was He said, this one says, hope the gods are seeing your face well. So that when it happens, it's only them they will face. I beg, no go scatter all the village. Okay, I beg, no scatter all the village like you do in Nollywood. And another one just noted what we have also said, no safety gears in sight. How come? All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is Trade Minister, where she talked about that the protest which happened recently cost them about the economy about 500 billion naira. And I think she's talking about this based on from the state where they were looting, taking things and all of that. I'm just going to read a little story on what she said. Okay, she said that the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite, has said that the end bad governance in Nigerian protests cost the economy an estimated 500 billion naira. And in a post she shared on Twitter, she lamented the death because of the protest and other damages caused by the protest. According to her, around 52 billion worth of goods were destroyed, while the death toll from the protest had reached 21. She added that the looting from the protest are a setback to businesses and entrepreneurs across the country. Oh, well, the only thing that came to my head is how do they get facts and figures, that's just the only thing that came to my mind. Like, I'm sorry, yes, that's a job, but how do you know it was 500 billion naira for the protest? Protest was just a day or two. I think in most states it was a day or two. For Lagos, I think Lagos was peaceful. The protest was peaceful. Well, some other state like Kano and all that, we know what went down there. It was another thing entirely. And to me, I would just say that was not a protest. It was just another way to, do what they had to do or what was in their mind already to do. You can imagine somebody protesting and it's looting, taking chairs, office chairs, it's taking, I don't know, table. Like, what would I even use that thing to do? So it's just, I don't know, and bad governance. Yes, we agree. All right, so let me hear from you. What's your reaction?
I was on several media stations during the protest, and I would say 5 things. Number one, the present government were actively involved in the junta struggle. They have certain people at the helm of affairs that they participated all through the struggle. They are supposed to be the face of protests in the country. But excuse me, most of them went silent. It is a strong signal that protests will not solve anything in this administration. It's a strong signal. Femfana San came on here on 2 TV stations and said the organizers of the protests are faceless. These are strong words. These are strong words. Professor Patutori came on and said the organizers of the protests are faceless. These are people we've always known that they were at the forefront of the 2012 protests during. So it sends a strong signal. There are quite a lot of people that are always going, the likes of Bishop Kuka. There are quite a lot of people that we know that once they give the endorsement to certain things, you already know that the whole country will buy in. But most of these people went silent. It's a proof that protest will not solve problems for this. It's not a way to demonstrate to this administration, because certain people that would have been at the forefront have already made up their minds that they probably want to give the administration a try, or probably made up their mind that they buy into this administration. That's number one. Number two, I'm of the view that Lagos has learned from the NSAS protest, and it's obvious in how they had people at strategic junction.
Yes.
I come through the Agege route, and if anything will go wrong in Lagos, Agege is always the first to start it off. And if you see the way guys, military men in uniform were positioned in the nooks and crannies of Agege, you know that if you sneeze,
you lose.
If you sneeze, because they learned in the hard way.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I commiserate with the Kano State governor, who was trying to actually show protesters that he's in the struggle with them. But instead of understanding that that is not how to show that's how to show concern with the people, because they actually almost attacked the government house. So going forward, we has set a precedence in Abuja. Governor Sanwo-Olu has set a precedence in Lagos State. You know what will happen? I put it to you that they don't want things to die down. Before October, legislation will go in to make sure that people protest within a confined area. Yes. And anyone who goes out of that confined area will be jailed, and you will be scared with the number of months or even years that will be attached to it. And once it gets a legislative backing.
But that does not make sense.
Once it gets a legislative backing and the governor of each state signs, they've experimented. People did it and they confined people in Abuja to the stadium. Governor Sanwo-Olu has done it, and they confined protests to other axis through just court orders. Imagine what will be done when the state legislators now sit down to now pass a law to say, oh, you can protest, you can shoot, but you have to use only these 3 designated areas within the state. Now, until then, that's when most people that are seeing protests as a tool will now begin to re-strategize and recalibrate. So I'm appealing to them at the moment that, see, when Ganifa was at the forefront of struggles, they were always making recommendations to government. We now have people who want to protest, but have no solution templates
to give to them.
To give to government. When all you want is just violence, when all you want is, oh, we will not take this. That is why when we now bring NLC to the table, and the government shows them papers, because they don't have a counter as solution, it now looks as if there was a buyout. So people that must be at the forefront of struggle must be intellectually sound. You are not only saying this is our 5-point agenda or 10-point agenda. You are saying this is the template to make this thing work compared to what you guys have. And government will listen. Oh, we give government 20 days to experiment. Well, after 20 days, we are going to go on demonstration. Now, you're already tempting them to sit down and think. But most of the people just want to show annoyance, show grievances without any solution they are recommending to government.
But I want to ask about this 500 billion. I'm still concerned about this 500
billion. I want to say precisely that these are figures that even me, if I have the opportunity, you see, I'm sad. Think about what happened in Kenya. Kenya had a very disruptive protest. The government listened to them, fired all the cabinet, cut down on certain things, cut down on taxes. As of yesterday, they are back to the same thing. The president is saying that he's going back to the taxes. So what was the importance, or what was the benefit of all of what they did? So now, taxpayers' money will be used. I'm expecting the president to tell us how much they lost, so that he will now still take all of those things from taxes.
Oh my word, I understand what you're saying, but let's not we are now going very deep now, because We're about to shake some tables. I just want us to quickly react to this one before we go, because our time is already fast spent. But I want us to touch this area. Is where Yemi Oshibajo calls on church to shift focus from prosperity to productivity and community development. Basically, he's trying to say that instead of churches to start preaching prosperity, wealth, gaining, power, all those things, they should start teaching the members to always learn hard work. That hard work is what we actually pay you in this economy that we are. And at the same time, to talk to them about productivity, not only usage, you have to be productive also, and community development. When he said this, I said, true, that for a fact is what I think we need to preach. But what's your reaction to this? Because he was a pastor too in Redeemed Christian Church. So
I've been shouting for years that, well, there's now a generation, the Gen Z generation, that now has options of attending services probably online or physically. Before you know it, like Europe, they will now have cathedrals that people don't attend anymore. Why? There was a time Nigeria was so industrialized and people were not praying for jobs. People were applying for jobs.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, churches began to buy those warehouses.
And that's beautiful.
Employment went away from the country and people started praying for employment in warehouses they bought. Rather than churches buying these warehouses and converting them to businesses. That's why I respect an average Igbo man. He will stay in his shop, he will be worth millions, he will still live in that shop. But my tribe definitely will probably live in a 3-bedroom and the shop will be depleting. So I'm challenging church to see, if you get to a time that youths will no longer want to come to church again. Because all of the rhetorics, all these use of words that get people high and wants to contribute their money, so many people drop their phones, drop their shoes in the name of sowing seeds. Not like it doesn't work, quote unquote, but you see, hard work pays. Churches must go back to investing in businesses, not just church. Not just church.
Yeah.
They must go back to investing in business and creating employment. Or they must go back to teaching their members how to actually create employment. So that we cannot, that several years ago during the past administration, there were people that actually gave tithes or sow seeds that the government have started looking for them. I don't want to mention the name of the church. So we have to get to that crossroad where in our religious houses are now the areas or places where we build entrepreneurs to reinvent the wheel of employment.
Yes, of course, yes. We need to teach that in church. And I know there are some churches that actually do all these empowerment programs where they bring youth, they teach them skills, they give them certifications. Sometimes it takes them 3 months to learn. That's part of it. Teach them how to teach them how to make money with their hands. Hard work. They have to learn the skills very well. So yes, I think I'll say kudos to Yemi Oshibajo for that one, being a pastor too, and he telling the churches to do that. So hopefully, I think he's also doing that himself. At this point, this is all we can talk about today. We have so much more, but we'll do that for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an exciting one, obviously, because we have 2 guests that will be joining us also, and hopefully there will be no issues this time. But thank you so much, Femi, for coming. It's been an amazing one. Thank you. I loved your input, especially from the police part and of course the protest. That was a very strong input. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you everyone for joining us. Of course, tomorrow another time with us on Galaxy Television. The bus runs at 12 noon to 1 p.m. My name is Rose Blossom, so do have yourself a beautiful day and bye for now.